Who does the government really serve? You were told the government works for you, but when you follow the money, it tells a different story. So let's talk about how your taxes are supposed to serve the people, but are now funding a system that looks more like a corporate pyramid scheme. Under Australia's tax system, taxes collected from the people are meant to go into the CRF, the Consolidated Revenue Fund. This fund is supposed to finance the roads, hospitals, and education, all the services that make society thrive. It's built on a trust relationship. You pay in and they serve you. But when you start digging into the Treasury reports, ATO financial statements, corporate ownership structures, and budget allocations, you start to see a different pattern emerge. Billions are siphoned off into government corporations, private contractors, and consulting firms. In Note 6G, Other Payables, the government reports $507 million payable to the private sector under grants payable. There are supplier payables of $10.4 billion and $14 billion to the Australian government, to suppliers, which includes payments to private companies and contractors. In Note 3C, Supply of Goods and Services, the total expenses were recorded at $173.1 billion for the Australian government. This is a massive number, and it includes private consulting, legal, IT, construction, health providers, and defence contractors. So you have to understand there's two types of Commonwealth entities. The corporate Commonwealth entities, which are legally separate from the Commonwealth. They can own property, enter contracts, sue and be sued. Some examples of this are CSIRO, Australia Post, ABC. And then there are non-corporate Commonwealth entities, which are directly part of the Commonwealth government. They cannot act independently of government. And examples of this are the ATO, Department of Treasury, and Department of Defence. So the funnel process works like this. Taxes are collected from you, the public. They go into the CRF fund. The government appropriates money to both corporate and non-corporate entities. The corporate entities operate semi-independently using their own procurement powers. And then through the procurement contracts, they pay billions of dollars to private corporations, consulting firms, law firms, and multinational companies. Much of this money never goes directly to public services. It gets absorbed by corporate contractors and all the middlemen. And meanwhile, everyday Australians, the mums, dads, small businesses, are the ones that are footing the bill. So here's the brutal truth. At the top, major corporations profit. In the middle, bureaucrats and politicians secure cushy salaries, bonuses, and private stakeholder deals. Then at the bottom, there's you and me, human resources, treated like an endless ATM, funding it all. This isn't public service anymore. It's economic extraction. The whole system was built on trust relationship, that the elected officials would act in our best interest. But trust demands integrity. And when governments act for private gain instead of public good, they violate their fiduciary duty. Essentially, they break the trust. The power is supposed to be with the people. But right now, the major corporations, not the citizens, are in control. And I believe it's time for a massive shift. It's time to demand accountability, transparency, and a restoration of trust. This isn't a conspiracy. It's the financial evidence hidden in plain sight. Nobody dared look, and anyone who speaks out about it gets called a tin hatter. So if you follow the math, you'll see that it just doesn't math. So who really is controlling this narrative? And if you're ready to reclaim your power, if you're ready to say enough, if you're wanting to move into a free trade economy where we are the currency, we are the asset, and we, the people, are the natural born credit. Follow along. Share this with your community, and it's time for the people to start to take the action. They work for us, not the other way around.